It looks like ICE might be pausing raids in the agriculture and hotel industries, but Trump is doubling down on crackdowns in sanctuary cities and blue states. Take a listen to what the president said earlier today.
I want them to focus on the cities, because the cities are where you really have what's called sanctuary cities, and that's where the people are. Biden allowed 21 million people to come into our...
Guess what happened? We just found out something really crazy about a 20-year-old guy named Adrian Andrew Martinez. ICE, yeah, those immigration officers, grabbed him this morning while he was just working at Walmart in a place called Pico Rivera. We even got some video from a guy named Oscar Prey. I actually talked to him to understand what really happened. We also got more details from another reporter named Aisha, who works at LA Taco. She talked to Adrian's sister. And guess what? We're still finding out more stuff because this whole thing is just wild. Okay, here's what I know for sure. Adrian is a US citizen. His family told our reporter that, like for real, he's actually American. So why was Adrian even near ICE in the first place? Well, he was at Walmart doing his job like normal. And Oscar said Adrian stepped in to speak up when ICE was being really rough with one of his coworkers who also works at Walmart. And guess what happened because Adrian spoke up? You can see it in the video. They threw him on the ground. He got beat up just for trying to help. The guy filming all of this, Oscar Prey, said things got worse once people started recording and talking back to the ICE agents. Oscar said they grabbed him by the neck and slammed him to the ground. He ran away, luckily. But poor Adrian, he didn't get away. Oscar said there were about 3 Border Patrol trucks and also 3 trucks without any signs on them. Around 10 people saw the whole thing happen. You can even see ICE agents trying to shove Adrian into one of those trucks, all because he spoke up for his friend. Now, here's the bigger picture. This is all part of what Trump is doing with ICE, and it's making things feel really unsafe. There are a bunch of scary stories like this lately, and they're all tied to how Trump is using ICE and the quotas he's making them hit. Let me explain. Here in Los Angeles, people are really feeling the effects of this. It's hurting not just safety, but also businesses. I'm Dina Da from Midas Touch Network, and I want to break this down. Trump is making ICE officers go after a certain number of people. These are called quotas, and that's making things worse. Because of this, ICE isn't focusing on the bad guys, like real criminals or gang members. See, catching real criminals takes time, work, and good info. But instead, they're going after the easy targets. Bad guys in gangs, they're not going to show up at immigration court or hang out at Home Depot where everyone can see them. So ICE is grabbing people who are actually trying to follow the law, like going to court and doing the right stuff to stay here legally. It's easier for ICE to find these folks because they show up where they're supposed to. ICE is being lazy and not doing the hard work, and that's making things more dangerous for everyone. Like, they didn't even have to go into Home Depot to find people. People wait outside Home Depot for someone to hire them, like to fix a sink or paint a room. It's easy to arrest them right there. That kind of stuff doesn't make us safer. It just helps ICE meet their numbers. And here in LA, it's really messing with the economy and people's mental health. Even people who are citizens, maybe they have an accent or look different, they're scared now. Instead of doing normal things, they're afraid to go outside. Some even carry passport cards to prove they belong here. And when people stay home, they don't shop. That means businesses lose money. New reports say that neighborhoods in LA feel way quieter now. Less people are walking around, and folks are asking online, did ICE take someone from the park? Parks are empty. Parents are scared. They hear stories about caregivers getting taken and kids being left behind. Even church events aren't full anymore. The LA Times says lots of small businesses have fewer customers, all because people are afraid of what Trump's ICE is doing. Remember when Republicans said they cared about small businesses? Not anymore. Those businesses are getting wrecked in Los Angeles, and none of this is making us any safer. John Sandwig, who used to run ICE under Obama, said this whole quota thing is backfiring. He said, they have no choice but to pivot away from that guy, meaning they skip the dangerous ones. Catching a gang member takes like 100 hours of work, but it helps everyone. But instead of doing that, ICE is taking the easy route. They're picking up people who are easy to find. That's it. And you know what else they're doing? They're turning legal people into illegal ones, like Venezuelans and Haitians who were here legally with something called temporary protected status, TPS for short. They cancel that legal status, then show up at court and take them. It helps them meet their quota. But again, it's lazy and doesn't help public safety. Real criminals get away while ICE wastes time on the wrong people. That's why there was a huge protest this weekend in LA. I was in downtown Los Angeles, and it was packed. People brought American flags, Mexican flags, signs that said, "We are the majority." Everyone was standing up to Trump's unfair actions. Lots of folks from mighty were there, and we all had the same message. We want democracy, not fear. No kings, no ICE, no troops. And guess what? It wasn't just downtown. People came out all over Los Angeles, in Santa Monica, Torrance, Thousand Oaks, so many places. Everyone wanted to say no to what Trump is doing with ICE and the troops. It's important to remember that we are the majority. We showed up to say that this policy is just wrong. Nobody's against deporting real criminals. Obama and Biden had deportations too. But this, what Trump is doing, is not about safety. It's about messing up the legal process just to hit a number. Even ICE officers are feeling bad about this. Morale inside ICE is low. That's why people are protesting. That's why we're using our right to speak up, because ICE only has power we give them. It's our power they're borrowing. And if any ICE officer wants to quit, speak up or walk away. They're doing it with the support of millions of us. Here in Los Angeles, this is still happening. The economic damage is just starting, and it's clear. Trump talks big, but doesn't do the real work. If he really wanted to catch the bad guys, he could put resources there. But nope, Trump is making us less safe, and we have to keep saying it until everyone who voted for him understands. I'm Dina Da from Midas Touch Network. Don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with everything happening in Trump's crazy world. Let me know if you want this translated to Hindi or need a version for subtitles.